Welcome to another edition of Blu-ray on a Budget. I am Jerry Horror, your host as always, and I have...
Johnny.
Jeremy.
Now, farting into cinemas this summer, we had Terminator Genisys. And what did we get? The Steelbook Blu-ray edition. This was exclusive to Target. It's got an awesome cover. Back, you've got Emilia Clarke with a Terminator head. With this, you basically got the DVD and the Blu-ray. The Steelbook is absolutely gorgeous. I would recommend getting this. How did we get this? What did we pay? We lucked out. With shipping, with everything, $20. So Johnny and I split that, and that is economical. We got $5 off, so we actually ended up paying $5 for the shipping.
Nice.
So for $15 with shipping, great. Now,
Is the movie worth $15? I don't know.
okay. Now, both of you guys just recently saw this film.
Yeah.
I saw this. I went to a theater. I had a spare IMAX ticket, and I'm like, I got nothing to do. I went on like a Tuesday afternoon. It was me and like two other people in a fucking like 800-seat IMAX theater. I was bored out of my skull. I really, there is so much wrong with this movie. It is unfucking believable. They took all your favorite scenes and kind of mashed them up and then lumped them into a movie. I don't even know what the fuck this movie is. Is it a reboot? Is it a prequel? Is it a prequel reboot prequel? I don't fucking know. Is it a sequel? I'm not sure.
See, that's like its problem is like they give you this new old timeline and they expect you to follow it while watching this movie, and sometimes it's like almost unfollowable.
Yeah.
Like
we watched the other night. I watched
Right.
the second time on Blu-ray. I was gonna kill him. I was gonna kill Jeremy because he just tell them. Go ahead.
I couldn't understand where this movie fit in.
Right.
Was it part of the continuity? Did something change? Was it a straight up reboot, but we wanted to keep but
Right.
not really come off as a
Right.
reboot?
Where does it fit?
Where does it fit exactly? And my brain starts hurting because I'm like, okay, if it is in continuity, what event that happened makes it go awry?
Right.
And I'm not understanding now. All of a sudden, there's another Terminator sent back to stop another Terminator that never happened, and Judgment Day
they give
is
her one-
changing again and again.
I didn't get why. Did they ever explain why they sent the one back when she's like 7? Did they ever touch? I remember like that was like the whole new twist they put on it, that she had a Terminator from when she was like 7 years old or something.
It was 9.
9. Sorry.
Well,
Get your
that
facts.
Yeah,
that
right?
was a part of a trashed script.
Oh, okay.
It's time for some fun facts, gentlemen. The original script for Terminator Genisys was as follows. Guardian T-800 pops, goes back, saves her as a little girl, and then a new Terminator is sent, who they tried to get Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who we all know and love, as the new Terminator. That didn't happen because Dwayne Johnson's people probably saw the script and were like, Jesus.
Yeah.
After the Tooth Fairy, they're like, we're not going to let that happen again. So they retrofitted the script. That was the biggest problem, was they had gotten camera involved. They got there was Skydance, this new company that was involved. They also had Paramount. They had Warner Brother. They had co-owners from Hemdale. Again, too many cooks in the kitchen.
Right.
And they were trying to build a new franchise.
Right.
Overseas, this film did very well. It did very well. And the thing is that it's funny because it stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I feel like he's barely in it.
You have that wanting. You want that Terminator movie. You want that Arnold Schwarzenegger T-800. But you know what? You just at the end you feel like you just got robbed for 2 hours. So.
Well, that was your movie. The movie should have been. If I had to do this, and it's not. It's one of those things like it's like Jurassic Park. Just because you can clone dinosaurs does not mean you should. Just because you can make a Terminator sequel does not mean you should. With this is the way I would have done it. I personally would have stuck with. The reason T2 works is because it has that Iron Giant vibe. It's a boy and his robot, and that's the magic of Terminator. Truly. If they would have done that with a little girl, they could have stolen that formula and it would have worked.
Right.
Like Jurassic World, it would have retrofitted, been nostalgia, take out bloated Eddie Furlong and put in a little girl.
Mm.
First off, Jai Courtney is box office poison. Not only did a crappy script and a crappy movie kill the Die Hard franchise, Jai Courtney, you killed the Die Hard franchise. You have John McClane's body on your fucking hands and your blood on his. No. People need to know this. Jai Courtney, how dare you fart out? Yo, listen, who the fuck gives these guys these opportunities? He gets Die Hard, it tanks hard, it tanks really hard, and they're like, hey, let's make him the fucking lead. The kid's like Divergent. I'm happy at least in Suicide Squad he's doing his own thing.
He gets to keep somewhat of an accent. Yeah, he doesn't have to be an American.
If you want your movie to make money, do not cast Jai Courtney. Thank you.
See, I went into this thinking it was going to be like, once I heard that Schwarzenegger was in the movie, I went in thinking like, oh yeah, it's going to be Schwarzenegger Terminator. You know what you're watching? You're watching a Jai Courtney, Kyle Reese movie. That's what this is when it boils down. It's Jai Courtney starring in this movie. So,
I mean, the other part that I had with this, another person I do not like, the guy from Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Was it Rise or was it Dawn?
What's the second one? Rise.
Rise.
Right.
I do not like Jason Clarke. I do not like him as John Connor. I don't like his shitty scar makeup.
Yeah.
Emilia Clarke has a dope ass. I'm looking at her ass right now. She was horribly miscast.
Definitely.
When you have somebody like Linda Hamilton and Sigourney Weaver, very, very iconic coming out of the 80s into the 90s, setting the pace and the tone for every modern action heroine that we have today. It's direct lineage to even, like we talked about, like Charlize Theron as Furiosa. There's a direct lineage of action heroines. And Emilia Clarke, holy shit, did not belong in this movie. She looks like a chubby-faced teen that like was the flavor of the month because she was on Game of Thrones, thrown into this movie. Hey, the kids like Game of Thrones. Let's put her in Terminator. Now, Jeremy, you brought up, like, you kept bringing up the timeline thing. I couldn't make heads or tails of it.
This movie made my brain hurt.
Yeah.
Throughout the history of Terminator now, I've just come to realize doing some research that like Judgment Day has actually changed like 5 or 6 times now. Originally August 29th, 1997. And then, you know, after the events of Terminator 2, it changed to like 2005. In between there, you know, if you wanted to count, there were like novels and shit that, you know, changed differently. But then Sarah Connor Chronicles came along. And if no one has watched that, I highly recommend it. It only lasted 2 seasons, but it was much better than what we just watched. That pushed it to 2011, and now this movie pushes it to what? 2017.
17, yeah.
When does Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese have time to conceive John Connor jumping from time from 1984 to 2017? How does Jason Clarke even exist then? And is he trying to kill them? Because if he kills them, he's never born. I don't know. My head's going to explode.
Yeah.
I just want to say rest in peace to Stan Winston, because Stan Winston created some of the most iconic creatures and designs and everything. And they've got T-800s. I mean, the opening scene is pretty cool. When you see the Future War, you're like, this is kind of cool. I'm digging this. I like the way it was shot. I'm like, hey, this might not be so bad. And then the movie just goes off the rails. And the other thing too is every time is big action scene. Now listen, this is why time travel is so... everything was exposition. It was like the movie had to sit down and be like, all right, stupid child, let me explain to you what's happening.
It was just like Schwarzenegger, well, the T-800 all of a sudden like needed to like give everyone all this knowledge on time travel and everything. And when did, technically speaking, become a catchphrase? Who wrote that for friggin' Schwarzenegger? Right? Wasn't that his whole thing? Like,
yeah.
Like,
oh.
I don't know. I felt like this movie was Terminator mashed with Back to the Future, mashed with the butterfly effect.
Yeah,
and it was just kept on trying to rewrite itself by revisiting different things, and it was weird. It kind of actually reminded me the one part about the butterfly effect, where like all of a sudden Kyle Reese's memories change,
Right.
and he has this memory of meeting Sarah Connor, and I don't know. I thought it would be more interesting if they ripped that off a little more blatantly and did some more things with that, because the whole revisiting scenes Back to the Future thing wasn't working. So like people's memory changes and all of a sudden the timeline changes, and like, oh my god, we killed this T-1000. Oh my god, now Sarah Connor is a prostitute. Or
I might have liked that. I mean, I'm dubbing 2015 the year of the millennial, or AKA the year of nostalgia, because they took all those 90s babies and they said, let's give you Jurassic World, which worked. It did work. They could have made this work had they gone in a different direction. But again, they were world building, franchise building, and another thing that they farted out was the operating system, which I think this plot device has, like the whole Genisys thing spelt wrong, not Genesis, Sega Genesis, but Genesis, SYS, is like an app operating system,
right,
that is going to basically
control everything,
multi-link,
right,
and it makes sense. But we've seen that plot device in so many films in the last like 3 years alone.
Just recently, what, Transcendence or whatever, when
everything is about an app launching. It's the new iOS update is the launch of Skynet. That's essentially what it is. Really, you've got your nostalgia. But the problem with this movie is it's long in the tooth. There's a shitload of exposition. There really is no need. I don't know why we're watching it. The one thing I did like was Jason Clarke. Spoiler alert. Not that you really need to watch this. Spoiler alert. Jason Clarke, John Connor turns into this weird super T-billion. I don't even care anymore.
He gets infected or whatever, and now...
Yeah.
They spoiled that in the trailer to the movie.
Which, made no sense why they would have done that. That's
the
like
trailer to the movie. It was like, oh, please come see our movie. We have something going on. You just gave.
But that was like, especially like trying to sell it as one thing. Like after the first one, once you saw what they did with T2, like you always look for that next generation of Terminator with Kristanna Loken in T3. She was like that next model. Like you wanted to see what the next one was going to be, and they revealed it. Like they could have left that. You could have just been looking for what the next, evolution of Terminator would have been, and they revealed it, like you said in the trailer.
They have shit the bed so many times with this franchise. Terminator 3 was the last one that had some merits. I don't remember most of Salvation. I watched the alternate ending where Christian Bale is basically a Terminator and tries to blow his head off, but he can't.
It was a Terminator movie in like name only, I would have to say.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not gonna really shit on it because you know what? I think I kind of liked it. I haven't seen it in a few years, but it was all right.
What was it about? Exactly.
Them finding Kyle Reese.
Was it though, or was it about another guy who's box office poison? Sam Worthington. Jesus Christ! If you people haven't learned that, 2 people don't cast in your movie.
Foreigners. No, I don't know. Whoops.
No. Don't cast Jai Courtney. What's his name? Sam Worthington. Maybe they should do like a movie and call it The Other Guys. Wait, they already did that. They could have a movie called The Other Guys and just have them in some shitty franchise together, like guys that couldn't cut it as stars.
Like Twins 3.
Exactly.
I don't know.
At the end of the day, I can't recommend this movie. I really can't. I mean, most of the time, I was designing artwork and doing things, and Jeremy was just groaning. He was just like, the movie is just, it's inexplicable. It doesn't make sense. It's unnecessary. And for them to have the balls to set this up as a new franchise, fuck you.
Yeah,
just
you know, I was just disappointed. Like, they should have predicted that, I guess, that this could have been the end, and they should have ended it like a different way instead of still leaving it kind of open. And
what about the horror movie Stinger at the end?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Holy shit. So it's like they go into the collapsed factory and then all of a sudden like the John Connor thing pops up and it's like a horror movie and I'm just like, wow, wet fart.
Yeah.
Terminator Genisys, the wet fart of summer 2015. On our next episode, we'll be talking... No. The only thing that came out of this is that we got awesome toys. That is
Right,
the only
yes.
good thing, is that we've got
Yeah.
awesome toys and collectibles available at Blam. That's it.
Anytime there's a quality Schwarzenegger figure, like,
Yeah,
you
we're
can't
happy.
complain. You really can't complain.
We don't
So,
care. Just give us the fucking toys.
Yeah, right.
You know what? Don't make a movie. Make some fucking toys, and we'll be happy. All right. Now, were we right? Were we wrong? Did you like Terminator Genisys? Are you on medication? Should you consult your physician? Maybe. I don't know, but that's your opinion. What's your favorite Schwarzenegger movie? What's your favorite Terminator? It better be 2. No, Terminator, the original, is awesome. I mean, that's like picking children.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe, but most importantly, comment below. Let us know what you think. And remember to check back to Blam Entertainment for new collectibles every day. I'm Jerry Hara. Johnny?
All right, I'm Johnny, so.
Jeremy.
And I am the Replicant. We will see you next time on Wet Farts of 2015. Time travel is a tricky mistress. Jeremy and I are learning that firsthand. Actually, I don't know what happened to Jeremy. We have all these amazing NECA toys from Blam Entertainment. Honestly, I think we took a wrong way at the Burger King drive-thru. Time travel is a bitch. Like, just trying to wrapping your head around it. I don't even know how we got here. But we did. And this was a really bad usage of time travel. Oh. Anyway, we're here talking about all the amazing toys from NECA. And Jeremy, what do we have here?
Well, we have from the aforementioned movie, the Terminator Genisys figures from NECA. We have a T-800 Guardian with the quite a nice Arnold Schwarzenegger likeness, and then the prerequisite cop-looking T-1000 Asian version, because T-1000 is always a cop for some reason in the Terminator.
He's really, well, the difference is that this T-1000 has a college degree that the original didn't have.
He's good at math.
He's very good at math. What's crazy with the Genisys packaging is, like, it's different. This is different than anything, and like all of the packaging has been kind of different for the Terminator figures as of late, right? Like, they've kind of been very specific to whatever they've been. Am I right on this, or am I wrong? Because that's what I'm seeing. I'm looking at it and I see it. Okay, that one over there I'm very curious about. What is that?
Well, this will be the NECA San Diego exclusive T-800, the Endoglow Terminator. And it's actually a throwback to Kenner did a line of Terminator figures back in '91, I believe. They were very
clunky.
I
love
like
them, though.
bulky. It was like right around T2 time, cashing in on some toys, and they did a version of, you know, the endoskeleton that had glow-in-the-dark parts. So NECA decided to do a special version of theirs, you know, a little bit of retro packaging, you know.
Anything that glows in the dark, I'm balls in. I'm just saying. Like, I am. Like,
it's fun.
Straight up. Now, something that gets me excited, not related to Terminator Genisys. When I was a kid, there was a game called RoboCop versus Terminator. Now,
that was circa 1993.
Yeah. And both versions were markedly different, whether you had Super Nintendo or whether you had Genesis. And what was ill was the Super Nintendo had this amazing hard box. And that is what the packaging here is based on, is that Super Nintendo hard box. So this is the Terminator. This is obviously the Terminator end of it. I have the RoboCop one. They're beautiful. You can get all the RoboCop stuff at Blam too. But this has really, what would you even call, like, plasma rifle T-800? This paint job is so cool.
It's got that very, like, pixelated, shaded video game look to it, on top of an already awesome sculpt.
God damn. I have to be honest with you, I absolutely adore this figure. I think what it is that because it's the soft spot for me. You know, I'm a video game nerd. But this one, this seems to be the real humdinger out of them all. Tell us about this. And I just want to preface this. When I was a kid, they had Terminator collectible cards. And this looks very much like the collectible cards. So if you want to...
Well, here we have
move the other Terminators.
The ultimate T-800 from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. We have the Arnold Terminator. He's got an arsenal on him. He's got the Gatling gun, handgun, shotgun, the grenade launcher, the bag of guns. He's got swappable portraits. So, this is like, the quintessential, Arnold figure.
I would have called it Cyberdyne Showdown. That's what I would have called this figure. But NECA won't give me a job because I don't know how to read or write. No, I'm serious. I have no idea. I do this show and that's it. Like, I have absolutely no real-world skills. It's amazing. I can't believe what NECA has done with all of these Terminator figures. Like, they really have kind of knocked one out the park after the other. And it's, again, this is one of those things, like, especially with Genisys now, and there's more coming out, right? There's going to be some more coming out. There's going to be Pops.
They're continuing the Ultimate line.
Really?
They're doing an Ultimate Sarah Connor from T2, an Ultimate T1000 Robert Patrick. There'll be the Pops Terminator from Genisys, and
Eddie
it
Furlong.
just keeps going on and on.
Will
No Edward Furlong.
Will there be a bloated Edward Furlong, who's getting EBT?
I don't know about the market demand for that. That might be like next year's San Diego exclusive, possibly.
You know what? After we're done here, let's use the time machine again. Let's save Edward Furlong's career. Do you want to do that? I mean, we could do a lot of things. I'm just saying, like, all right, you know what? I was going to say go see dinosaurs or save Edward Furlong's career. I mean, whatever. Like, let's go to Burger King first, and then we'll make the decision. Do you see what I'm saying? We'll go from there.
You can't think about that shit on empty stuff.
No, you can't. Look, if you need this stuff, go to blamentertainment.com. There's a link below, goddammit. You can order this right now. This is exciting times. Oh, goddamn, we really need to go to Burger King.